So blasting, blasting, blasting all the things that I thought was me out of me. And I really had to come to the truth of really what was actually the authentic truth inside of myself versus the stories of who I thought I was. And the stories of who we think we are our wounding stories, our histories, our, the things that we think define us. And this is really painful at first as it moves through, but there is a point in time where it becomes exciting and fun. And what this current astrological patterning is showing us is that there's a whole nother level coming online. We are getting inundated with a whole nother level of frequencies from not just the Syrian Stargate, but also the radiation coming from Cygnus. Cygnus is in the Swan constellation. Just at the last day of April, we saw the largest gamma burst that this solar ring has seen in many tens of thousands of years. And this comes from a suspicious observer. If you guys want to watch his channel, he's a really interesting character. He keeps really close tabs on space weather. He's a bit of a disastrous, but if you can get past that and just listen to the data and his analysis, it's really educational. Anyway, so this gamma, they already show scientifically these gamma rays have already penetrated many layers and levels of our solar ring, of our planetary layering systems, and so on. So that translates as going through our own body, going through our own matter. In a lot of ways, it's even more potent than Stargate. So all this stuff is serving to illuminate us. The masters that I have worked with over the years and who I was with when I had my near-death experience, they talk about, this is the time where humanity makes a quantum leap in its evolution, where we go from a homo-sapien being, DNA, into a homo-luminous being. That means our DNA changes, and it's not between generations. It's an actual, we're in our bodies while it's happening. Yes, we are having children that are being born very awake, very open, very tuned in. That is true. But then we are also, those of us in biosuits, are having this process as well. If we have it consciously, it's a very empowering, joyful path. It turns into that. And if we're not conscious, it's a very painful, scathing one. So all these astrological patterns they were opening and then they're closing. We get bursts of them and then it goes quiet. We get a burst of it and then we process and we digest and we regain our bearings, right? And we feel like we're about there, and then it opens again. And then then more stuff comes up, and then we process, and then it opens again, and then more stuff comes up. What's significant about what's happening right now, ever since this new moon, is that Stargate, Syrian Stargate, is not just aperture open for a little bit. It's going to be consistently open for the next 2 years. Okay, so that's not open, close, process. That's full blast, psh, open. Okay. Many star seeds came to this realm through the Syrian Stargate. Many star seeds came to this realm through the Syrian Stargate. And you may feel like you're Syrian, but usually that's just because that's the conduit that you came to this reality through. Yes, it's open now. It opened up on Monday is when it opened. Yeah. So I got an immediate feedback loop. It opened up on Monday and the blasting was showing its face on Tuesday. How do we navigate this when everybody's going through intensity? My default is, bring beauty, right? As much as possible. How do you do that? Love and compassion for myself, love and compassion for others going through it. We have choices here. We can do things with this. what I've learned by working with this Syrian energy, that it can be traversed in a way that is graceful, but truth has to be a part of that. Now, when I experienced it the first time, I was not spiritually mature enough to walk that level of truth or even understand it. I didn't even know myself on that level to be that authentic and honest, right? I had to get my butt kicked over and over again to realize what were the lies I was accepting as the truth. I really had got my butt kicked. And then again when it opened up. So I went through a similar process, same but different, right? So when energies are really, really intense, and things are exploding in our face, or it seems like everything's going sideways, the more truth we embrace within ourselves, the easier that path becomes. And that includes letting go of who you think you are, letting go of who you think other people are, stuff like this.